everyone, I'm Jessica from 20dishes.com. Thanks for tuning in today. I am actually going to show you guys one of the easiest ways to start eating real food and to get healthier, and that is to make your own salad dressings. So salad dressings, super easy to make at home, though a lot of people seem to be intimidated by it. It's really easy, and it's a great way to start improving your health because most of the salad dressings that you buy are full of all sorts of nasty, rancid oils that are just not health promoting. And sometimes they also have artificial flavors, they have preservatives, they have different stabilizers, and all sorts of yucky stuff that we just don't want to be putting in our body. So making your own at home is great. And even some of the cleaner varieties of salad dressing may also have some additives and stuff in there that maybe not as bad as some of the more commercial brands, but maybe if you're really sensitive to different things, then they might be things that you react to. So it's just easier to make your own at home. So if you look at the video description for this live video, I've already put all of the recipes in there. So I'm going to show you how to make a basic ranch dressing, and I'm going to show you how to make an Italian dressing. So all of the proportions for everything that you need are already in the video description. What I like to do actually is I like to make up my spice blends for my dressings ahead of time. And so I just keep them in a tight jar, and that way when I want to make a batch of ranch dressing or Italian dressing, I can just, scoop out what I need, and I already have the mix ready to go, so I don't have to spend time mixing it that day. So I already have my 2 herb blends already mixed up. So I have my ranch dressing blend here, and I have my Italian dressing blend there. And so I'm going to show you how to make these. So let's go ahead and start with the ranch dressing. And actually, this is a brand new bottle of mayonnaise. So I am using Chosen Foods avocado oil mayonnaise, but you can use whatever mayo you want. I didn't have any homemade on hand, so I'm going to use that today for this. So all the proportions and everything are in the video description, but I just kind of like estimate because I've made this so many times. Salad dressings don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have exact measurements for everything. So I am going to put my mayonnaise in my little jar. So this is a 1 cup mason jar. It makes just the perfect amount to use up before it goes bad. So I'm going to put my mayonnaise in here. You could also use a blender or an immersion blender or even a food processor to whiz everything up. I just put everything in a mason jar, I cap the lid, and I just shake it really vigorously, and that'll mix it all up too. So traditional mayonnaise, we used, in the recipe below, we used the mayonnaise and milk. But since I don't drink dairy and don't tolerate it, I'm actually using coconut milk in this, but you could use any non-dairy milk that you want. You could use kefir, you could use regular dairy milk, whatever you want to use. Keep in mind that when you use the non-dairy milks, the flavor is going to be slightly different. So it's not going to be that traditional ranch flavor that you might be accustomed to, but it's still really delicious. So I'm actually using the Roy D coconut milk today. I'll cut that off, and so I'm going to toss my coconut milk in here. Sorry, you guys can't see. And grab a spatula. All right. There. Okay, so I've got my mayonnaise and my coconut milk in there. Now, when I used to do dairy, I would use kefir, which has that kind of like tangy flavor. And since I'm not doing that anymore, and I'm using the coconut milk, I actually like to put a little drop of lemon juice in there, just a tiny bit, just a little squeeze. It's probably like 1/8 of a teaspoon, just to give it a little bit of tanginess that you're missing from the kefir. I really liked the flavor of the kefir. You could also use a tiny bit of apple cider vinegar if you wanted as well. So I'm going to add my spices in there. So that's my ranch blend from the recipe below. Then I just cap the lid really well, and I just shake it up. And like I said, you could use a blender, a hand blender, like an immersion blender or a food processor or whatever you want to blend it up, but this works just as easy and it saves more dishes. So there's my ranch dressing. I'm kind of far away from the camera, but you can kind of see it there. So creamy, delicious, perfect for your salads. Great for Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is coming up next week, so make up some homemade ranch, and all of your family and friends will love you. So next I'm going to make some Italian dressing. This is super easy. And so with your oil-based dressings like Italian, it's really easy. You can use pretty much any herbs you want, dried herbs, fresh herbs, whatever you want. The general ratio is 1 to 2 your vinegar to your oil. So today I'm using olive oil and balsamic vinegar because I've been craving balsamic vinegar, but you could use white balsamic, you could use apple cider vinegar, you could use red wine vinegar, really any kind of vinegar you want in your Italian oil-based dressings. So the general ratio is you're going to want 2 parts of oil to 1 part of your vinegar or your liquid. So in the recipe below, I actually am using, I think I put 3 tablespoons of vinegar and then 1 tablespoon of lemon juice because I like that fresh lemon flavor. So, and then you've got 8 tablespoons of oil in there, or half a cup. So half a cup of oil to 1/4 cup of liquid, and that gives you the right proportions. So I am going to pour my olive oil into my jar. And I'm just gonna kind of guesstimate it here. You can measure if you want, but I don't measure things really. Like, I kind of fly by the seat of my pants when I'm cooking. So I don't like to measure. Don't tell Orletha that because she loves to measure. Okay, so I'm gonna throw my balsamic vinegar in here. And that's probably about 3 tablespoons. And then I've got my fresh lemon here. So I'm going to just give this a good squeeze and kind of guesstimate about a tablespoon worth. That looks about good. So set that over there. And then this is the Italian spice mixture that I have in the video description below. So I'm just going to toss that in. You could just make this up, make both of these spice mixes up and store them in one of these little mason jars with a really tight lid. And then you can just spoon it in whenever you're ready to make your dressing. And so I'm going to cap that, so that's got my oil, lemon juice, and vinegar, and all the spices in there. Again, just cap it really well. Make sure that lid is on there really tight, or else you're going to spray salad dressing everywhere. But just shake that up. And so this is balsamic vinegar, so it's a little bit darker, but that is your homemade Italian dressing. So super easy. We've got Italian dressing, we've got ranch dressing with super clean ingredients. Literally everything that's in the Italian dressing is lemon juice, balsamic vinegar, and my olive oil and my herbs and spices. And then in my ranch dressing, we've got mayonnaise and we have the coconut milk, some lemon juice, and herbs and spices. Really clean, no preservatives, no artificial flavors, no natural flavors. I mean, really as clean as you can get. So give these recipes a try for any time, but try them for Thanksgiving. That's coming up next week, and we hope you guys enjoy. So until next time, I will see you guys later. Have a great afternoon.